In this part 7, we are going to learn about the delegated administrator options. The delegated administrators are responsible for the creation of processes, applications, record structure. That is to say, they have access to the structure options and control the user's permissions. They do not have access to the admin portal options unless this option is enabled by a system administrator with access to the control panel. They don't have access to those options that admin portal might have restricted from structure administration, admin portal permissions in structure options. These are the options admin portal can access, okay? And this is the permission in structure options that admin portal can actually give extra permissions and actually take them away to the rest of the users. Attributions. They can grant permissions to the rest of the employees and create users if they are in the database or in the domain. They can design forms, process maps, and relations. They can generate reports with any application. For that, they must have access to the Aura Quantic database and the application. They can create Word-based documents. For that, they will need to have access to MS Word and BaseDoc Editor. They can create terms connected to other applications and databases. For that, they must have access to the adapter server and to the data sources. Permission configuration. It says an employee will be assigned to a portal by default, although they can access other through the URL, if they have the right permissions for that. The framework of action of an employee is defined by the permissions assigned to them by default or by a delegated administrator. These permissions are record administrator, authorizing records and in classes. Where does it apply? Items, projects, and areas. Authorizing records and in classes applies to employees. Authorizing records and in classes. Accounts, document, processes, business rules, public queries, family of records, and creation permission, publishing permissions, announcements. Record administrator. The addition of a record can be performed by the administrator. The administrator appears in the element record and it is designed by the user that can create, edit the record. So we have here the administrator, okay, in the area, authorizing the record. Any employee can see the records of the employee's family, accounts, items, projects, and areas. The record administrator can authorize another employee from the same record, so they have further permission to interact with it. To do that, we need to follow these steps. Open the record where we want to authorize an employee and click on Authorize and add the employees you want to authorize. And here we will add the different job titles, okay? So we just have to add the job titles here, for example, in this case, AP4 and AP7, and we do it through the Authorize button. In this case, these two as we have said. Authorizing classes. From a structure, employee portals, employee groups, we can authorize a group of employees. Selecting an employee group, we will have the authorize in classes options. So for example, if we're in the areas family and we have the configuration, this means that these three that belong to the employee group translators, we will be able to see these elements that we have selected. So we will choose an employee group, in this case translators. These are the three that belong to that group, okay? And then we will put authorizing classes and then we will choose the classes that we want to authorize them, okay? We can choose save, so they can edit, so they can create or save. And in which areas. Permissions in the announcement classes. Again, we will have to go to structure, content management, and announcements. So here we have found a class of announcement, okay? And then we can choose the creation permissions or publication permissions. The A to Z is the default group that has reading permission and contains all the employees. Let's go to the application now to see some examples of all this. As AP1 is a delegated administrator, he has permissions to access a structure. Okay, once in a structure, we just need to go to employee portals and employee groups. So let's go and find the translators employee group, for example, and we have the 3 that belong to that group. And if we go to authorizing classes, and for example, areas, proceed, we can see here all the permissions they have. So for example, we can see that they can see all classes, that they can see and edit central zone area, that they can see, edit and create in the north zone, okay? And they have no permissions in the south zone, so they won't be able to do anything there. Let's go now and log in as AP3. So if we go to the areas family and go to create area and proceed, we can see that we can only create elements in the north zone. We can create in the other classes, but we can edit, okay, in the central zone and north one. If we go to the south area, we can see we are not able to edit. We don't have any permissions to do anything. If we go and log in now as AP5, that is not part of the translators group, families of records areas, we will see that we can't do anything, okay? We don't have permissions to do anything, edit or create. So if we go back now as AP1 to all classes and select see, edit and create, so we give permission to all classes and save, okay? So let's log in as AP3. Families of records, areas, and let's see now, okay, as we can see, we have permissions to create an element in all the areas, okay, also to edit and see. Before, we couldn't do anything in the south zone, for example. Now, if we go as and log in as AP5 again, families of records, areas, and create area, we can see that he still don't have any permissions, okay? And that's because AP5 doesn't belong to the translators group. So as you can see, any delegated administrator can go into structure, into employee groups, and authorize in classes. It could be as well in projects, families, in items, in employees family, okay? We can only do this with these families. With the rest of the families, we will need to use secure rooms that we will see in the next part of the course. And this shall be all for the delegated administrator options.